So finding this cave was actually one of the hardest things I've ever done. There was one single YouTube video on the internet about this cave and these people going to it, and they filmed about 30 seconds of their journey up to the cave, and they filmed about 20 seconds of their journey back from the cave, and then the majority of the video was obviously focused on the actual cave. Now I was able to take one clip where they kind of scanned over the view that they were seeing as they got close to the cave and use that as a baseline, and then I could take Google Earth and I could take an app called Onyx Maps, and I was able to take both of those and try to recreate that view, figure out where they may have been standing or the general region where they may have been standing when they were getting that view. Then I discovered that Utah has LiDAR maps, and you can actually look at these LiDAR maps, and they'll kind of erase a lot of the trees and foliage and shadows and things and just show you LiDAR, and you can get a little bit better idea of something like a pit will show up as like a little circle on this map. And then finally I found two features. In this case there was two rock slides that they showed as they approached this particular cave, and I could see these two rock slides kind of had unique shapes, and they scanned over them real quick. Gotcha. And I was able to find those unique shapes in this particular region that I was now looking in. So where we're gonna be going, we're at the top of these limestone cliffs, way up in the Mahogany Mountains. We're gonna try to bike as far as we can. I've got an electric bike, and it looks like there might be some trails that get you maybe a quarter of the way there. And everything always looks so easy from a map from above. And then as soon as I'm staring at it, there's this field of giant scrub oak trees that I can't get through. And I'm sure we're gonna run into that, but I really wanna find this cave. All right, these are the Mahogany Mountains. You can see very cliffy, made of limestone. Beautiful mountains, especially in the spring, but we're gonna try to get up to the top there. That's right about the general region of where this bottomless pit supposedly exists. So let's do this and survive. Biking up a mountain. Go time. Again, if I have my numbers right, somewhere in that region right there is the bottomless pit. Oh man, I knew I should have charged this before I came. 2 miles is a lot longer when you're going straight up the mountain. All right, we're about halfway. Not a bad view. This shouldn't give anything away. No stopping now. We're at the end of the bike trail right here. This is our max height. Still got to get up those cliffs right there. All right, so I'm gonna go park this bike somewhere where hopefully no one sees it and steals it. Luckily it's February in the mountains of Utah. Not exactly a busy season. Okay, I could have hit it a little better, but I don't think anyone's coming by. So we're basically gonna just kind of come around here and figure out where we can get through all these trees and kind of work our way along the ridge till we hopefully find it. All right, let's plug in our coordinates here. Oh my goodness. It says 0.8 miles away, but 0.8 miles straight up is a lot longer than 0.8 miles. Okay, this random thing out here. Don't know what it means. Cool. All right, found a little trail. Like a deer trail or something. Probably gotta bike a little further, but yeah, I'll be okay. Pretty sure my bike's not going up that mountain anyway. All right, so when I left my bike 45 minutes ago, this showed I was 0.4 miles away. 45 minutes later, I am 0.3 miles away. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but this trail's really steep. At least I found a trail for a little bit. It's crazy. You know, there's something about bushwhacking, because you're probably going somewhere where really no person may have ever gone. Because why would some person go on this random middle of the nowhere mountain in the exact place I am? So I can be the first person to step in that spot. Come on, you got it. I don't know if you can tell how steep that is. Yeah, so here's how steep it is. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, found a little trail. Oh,
Holy cow, I don't think I was gonna make it. Whew. That was nice, dear. Making this trail for maybe this is the trail, who knows? Yeah, I went up that 1,800 feet elevation gain in a mile, less than a mile. Check out that herd and check out that iPhone zoom. Bushwhacking is getting a little more intense. Right there's where I parked my bike. That funny little statue thing. I guess I haven't come as far as I thought. Sure feels like a lot. All right, I'm almost positive this is gonna be it over this hill. Again, I'm just going off of me looking at Google Earth. I'm fairly certain. Yep, this is the big hole I saw from Google Earth. So if it's not it, then that sucks. Because that means I hiked all the way up here, but it definitely looks like it. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. What a scary cave. Look at that thing. Yeah! All right, now lucky for me and everyone else in the world, I'm too big of a baby to go in it. Yeah, check that out. I can't believe those guys went down that thing. I can't believe anyone found this thing. What a freaky looking cave. Bottomless pit, at least 250 feet deep. All right, so the current plan here is we're gonna take 360 camera, paracord, light. Okay, we're gonna put the light in ahead of the camera, about 5 feet. Hopefully it'll light the way ahead of us, and we're gonna lower this thing about 50 feet down the hole. And let's see what we come up with. All right, so first we're actually just gonna lower the $10 light before I lower the $500 360 camera, and we'll make sure that this would actually even work. Here it goes. There she goes. Hopefully it still works. Bye-bye.
It was at this point that I realized the camera actually got stuck down in the cave. The tripod opened a little bit and it was not allowing me to pull it out. And after about 10 minutes, I realized I was going to have to climb down the side of the pit, straddle the cave, and figure out how to get this $500 360 view camera out of this cave.
All right, so camera got stuck like a moron, so I came down here to get it. That was scary, and now I gotta get back up. Stupid. All right, well, we made it out of here alive with our camera. Maybe there's some footage, we'll find out. I think it's a success. Looks like we found us a bunny. Hey, Mr. Bunny. Oh, he says no. I was coming down the mountainside, looked up, and I saw this thing. What is that? Cave or nook? Maybe just a nook. Okay.